Hi there, my name is David Hurst, and following on from the presentation I gave last week on how to get jobs in the gaming industry, I'm going to go more in depth into what jobs are out there, where you can sort of look for them, etc. For a start, where you can sort of look for them, if you literally type in game jobs into Google, it come up with thousands of sites. But one I've used quite recently to get some of my information is Games Jobs Direct, and gamesindustry.biz is a couple of good sites that I can recommend. I'm looking at Games Jobs Direct right now, and they've got over just about 200 jobs in the UK, 150 jobs in mainland Europe, um, over 100 in USA, and many other countries. And they're all sort of in the region of program development and artist animation, and a few more others. As you can see, even from one website, there's plenty of jobs out there that you can go for. What you've got to realise now is that actually this market's very competitive. So even though from this information you might not get what you want, is for example payroll and sort of salary as it were, and how many hours you'll be working, I can only sort of estimate what you'll actually be doing. I won't be able to give you specific numbers because the market is so competitive. Um, but I'm going to go jump straight in and look at some, for example, I'm looking at a senior environment artist here. Um, Basically, this is from Jagex. They're looking for someone to work in the UK, starting ASAP. And it's like key features include creation of textures and props within the landscape, modeling from a high quality and optimizing the game assets, setting and dressing environments, and developing, maintaining, and understanding in all the tools in the game engine required. So it's asking sort of just a sort of list of things here, and this gives you a breakdown of what you actually need to get this job. So it really helps to know what you need to work towards. So an expert in using Photoshop and texture creation, for example, highly creative for an eye for detail. At least 2 published 3D tiles, and or 4 to 5 years work experience in major platforms. So it is telling you what you need, and one thing you'll notice throughout this is that people say they want more and more experience, because the more experience you get, normally the higher pay you'll get. Um, Again, it's literally just about proving your ability in this sort of area. The more experience that you get is better for this sort of job role. But I'll just go for a few more on the list. Skilled in setting and dressing props placement, proving the ability to drive a high quality work to understand the schedule pressure. So that one leads into another point of sort of organisation and getting yourself organised, and actually working within a team. So as well as having all of this, you must still have those amount of social skills and sort of working towards that. I'll quickly move on. I'll quickly glance on payroll. Payroll you can probably accept for that is probably in the region of 35k to 40k per year, and you're probably working maybe 4 or 5 days a week, because of course all of these jobs are full time. And of course, as you've got a deadline, you might be in there longer than that if you've got a really strict deadline. Leading on to something that's kind of new, so like an effects artist. This might be someone coming new into the industry, and this one's based in the USA. So there's the list on the other one was quite long, whereas this one's a lot shorter, as it is just only an effects artist. So qualifications needed: sharp tile and as effects artists, a college degree, uh, fluent in the knowledge of at least one major 3D package with Max and Maya, um, experience with Photoshop, and I think it's comfortable with the program, and a passion for video games. And that's really weird, actually, having a qualification down as a passion for video games. I'm pretty sure I haven't read that wrong. Um, but I think if you're going to go into this industry anyway, you're going to need that passion for games. And that's literally the whole list there. And it's also asking for samples of work here, and this leads on to my other thing about having your portfolio ready. It actually says on this website that you need samples of work. So samples of traditional skills, sketchbooks, drawing, paintings, example. I've already got some of my own just from doing my college diploma, let alone doing a degree. So again, building up that portfolio, they're actually asking for it online, so make sure you build some sort of portfolio. Leading on to a games programmer. So there are quite a few of these. Again, this one's based in Oxford in the UK, so actually it's quite near where I live anyway. I live down south near Basingstoke. But again, required skills, strong in C sharp, C++ skills. That's a weird language. C++. Um, Programming experience on games, mobile devices. Actually, games are starting to move more onto mobile devices. There are actually a lot of jobs on here for Android and iOS systems. Ability to work well as part of a collaborative development team. Again, having those social skills, it's asking you for that as well. Self-motivated, strong work ethic, excellent verbal and written communications. So it's asking for that, and a bachelor's degree as well in software engineering, computer science, at least 2 years work experience. So again, it's asking for that degree and those 2 years work experience. So working to develop yourself further really does help. It says here, nice to have experience with animation or physical programs, an instinct for games design, mobile development experience, a desire to involve and excel, to publish games. This is really what I'm talking about. You need to make yourself really more appealing by doing these little things on the side, and really working through work experience and going up to university is sort of the way forward, as I'm sort of seeing it from now. Looking at sort of managerial roles. Sorry, I didn't go over salaries. For a games programmer, you're looking at starting at about 20k, going straight in from that, maybe even less than that. But again, as you build up in your experience, you'll notice a big jump once you have that experience in payroll. And again, with the effects artist, you're looking at about 15 to 20k, a bit more than that. Right, looking at our productions manager. Again, I'll quickly go over job payroll. For all these jobs, you're looking at working 4 to 5 days a week, depending if you've got a schedule to uphold, which might mean you're working 6 days a week. Oh, pardon me. A production manager would look at working obviously with their team, managing their team, so you must have those good social skills again. And it actually has a whole list here. It says responsibilities, and that responsibilities list is just as big as the required skills and personal recruitment and development list. So 3 years of work experience producing or inputting business intelligence and demonstrating a positive impact within the business. That's quite a long one. A BS in computer science, again that's a degree, a bachelor's degree, mathematics and economics, excellent quantitative skills, strong problem solving skills, a passion for games, again that passion for games, a strong knowledge and a self-starter, an outstanding oral and written communication skills. So again, it's leading on from all of these jobs. So this would be one that you'd go for after you've done maybe 5-10 years down the line. You would sort of go for a job like this where you have that experience to work. And again, you'd be looking at maybe 30 to 40k for this. And simply we go on to a designer. This job is based in the USA. It's one where you come straight out of the industry going into it, or straight out of maybe college after a couple of years work experience straight into it, and you'd be looking at about 20-25k for this one, because there's a lot more to deal with. So just looking at understanding in the games purchase and magazine merchandise, main responsibilities would be game design, high concept, creating and producing fun gameplay content, creating and imagining variable virtual economic modelizations. And working with production managers, it says here, this is where you get your work experience working and seeing what they do as well. So as well as working there, you'd learn a bit more while you're there as well. But this would be something that you'd come probably out of college with a few years work experience and go into. And you're looking at about 25k. Now I've read all of these off the Games Jobs Direct website, but I know a lot of people going into college and university look at QA game testing. Now it's not all what it sounds like. Yes, it's very good, but in the past years it's fallen out quite a lot. So, for example, where maybe 5, 10 years ago you get paid extortionate amounts. I remember it was something silly like in 2003. I think it was like 27,000 just going into it, just being not even a leader one, and then a leader would earn about 35 to 40k after a couple of years work experience. This has now declined so much. You'd be lucky to earn 12, 13,000, and if you're a leader, you'd be lucky to earn nearing 20k. This is simply to the fact now that you've got Xbox Live, and you'd get someone in to do the alpha testing, like they did with Minecraft. Minecraft's a really good one where they got people to do the alpha testing, then the beta testing, then they released a game and they gave discounts out and all of that. But you've really got to look at it in sort of a different way. Why you got to look at it from a business sort of way. Why should I pay a team of 6 people to come in and test my game and take a couple £100,000 out of my budget when I can get 100 monkeys to do it for free? It's that's how it was put across to me from a few of senior technicians, and they're completely right. Why would I pay £200,000 when I can get 20 of my friends to sit down for hours and I'm playing this new game that they've never seen before, and they'd love to do it just for free. It'd be good fun. So I'd recommend, if you're really gonna set your eyes on QA testing, have a look into it first, because it's not what it seems and it's not all fun and games. You literally will be testing everything. So yeah, there's a bit more of a breakdown of what some of the job roles are. And if you want me to go into more depth, you're happy to email me or give my college a ring and get hold of me. My email address is davebox117@hotmail.com. Yeah, so any questions, just ask me. Thank you very much.